what's up YouTube? You know it's your boy JB and you rocking with me and I'm rocking with you, and I want to welcome you back to the channel, Stocks on the Go. Guys, if you're not already a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you're notified each and every time that we do drop a video. Also, guys, please remember to pound on that like button just so we can get the algorithm in this video going so that the video can get suggested to other investors just like me and you. Okay, guys, so today I really want to talk to my new investors and give them a few tips, and then we're going to jump into a video from Warren Buffett explaining in more detail about the tips that I'll be giving you. All right, guys, so first tip is when you're starting off investing, guys, especially with a small amount of money, you do not want to stretch yourself wide, meaning you don't want to have a small amount of money and investing in a lot of stocks. That is a no-no, and that is another reason why a lot of new investors get turned off from the stock market. Tip 2, guys, always build out your position in your plays. So guys, if you're investing in 2 stocks, which I would recommend you doing if you only have a small amount of money or funds in your portfolio, build out those 2 positions with the stocks or the companies that you're investing in, guys. Meaning you want to have minimum 25 shares of each company. All right, guys. Tip 3, guys, and the final tip before we jump into the video. All right, guys. Tip 3, invest in yourself. Always invest in yourself, guys. I don't know how much more I can stress this, but as a new investor, we tend to think that, the stock market is a lottery ticket and we can go in with $200 expecting to get $200,000 back. Guys, that's not how it works. It's a process and you have to invest into yourself. So that means constantly, whenever you have extra funds, investing it into your portfolio, building out your wealth, building that generational wealth. All right, guys, this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. You have to be patient. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes months. But guys, as I said, it's a process. Know the companies that you're investing in. And once you know and believe in the companies, it's just a matter of time. All right, guys, so let's jump into this video and hear what Warren Buffett has to say. All right.
My question is, if you're investing a small sum today, which approach would you use?
Well, I would use the approach that I think I'm using now of trying to search out businesses where I think they're selling at the lowest price relative to the discounted cash they would produce in the future. But if I were working with a small amount of money, the universe would be huge compared to the universe of possible ideas I work with now. You mentioned that 56 to 69 was the best period. Actually, my best period was before that. It was from right after I met Ben Graham in early 1951. But from the end of 1950 through the next 10 years, actually returns averaged about 50% a year. And I think they were 37 points better than the Dow per year, something like that. But that I was working with a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of money. And so I would pour through volumes of businesses, and I would find 1 or 2 that I could put $10,000 into or $15,000 into that were just ridiculous. They were ridiculously cheap. And obviously, as the money increased, the universe of possible ideas started shrinking dramatically. The times were also better for doing it at that time. But I think if you're working with a small amount of money, with exactly the same background that Charlie and I have, and same ideas, same whatever ability we have, I think you can make very significant sums. But as soon as you start getting the money up into the millions, many millions, the curve on expectable results falls off just dramatically. But that's the nature of it. You've got to, when you get up to things you can put millions of dollars into, you've got a lot of competition looking at that, and they're not looking as I did when I started. When I started, I went through the pages of the manuals page by page. I mean, I probably went through 20,000 pages in the Moody's Industrial, Transportation, Banks, and Finance manuals, and I did it twice. And I actually, looked at every business. I didn't look very hard at some. Well, that's not a practical way to invest tens or hundreds of millions of dollars. So I would say if you're working with a small sum of money and you're really interested in the business and willing to do the work, you will find something. If you were, there's no question about it in my mind. You will find some things that promise very large returns compared to what we will be able to deliver with large sums of money. Charlie?
Well, yeah, I think that's right. A brilliant man who can't get any money from other people and is working with a very small sum probably should work in very obscure stocks, searching out unusual, mispriced opportunities. That's such a small world. It may be a way for one person to come up, but it's a long slog.
Yeah, most smart people, unfortunately, in Wall Street figure that they can make a lot more money, a lot easier, just by one way or another, getting an override on other people's money or delivering services in some way that people. And the monetization of hope and greed, is a way to make a huge amount of money. And right now, it's just take hedge funds. I mean, I've had calls from a couple of friends in the last month that don't know anything about investing money. They've been unsuccessful and everything else. And, one of them called me the other day and said, well, I'm forming a small hedge fund, 125 million he was talking about. Like the thought that since it was only 125 million, maybe we ought to put in 10 million or something of the sort. I mean, if you looked at this fellow's Schedule D on his 1040 for the last 20 years, you'd think he ought to be mowing lawns. But
Yeah.
But he may get his 125 million. I mean, and it's just astounding to me how willing people are during a bull market just to toss money around because they think it's easy. And of course that's what they felt about internet stocks a few years ago. They'll think about something else next year too. But the biggest money made, in Wall Street in recent years has not been made by great performance, but it's been made by great promotion, basically. Charlie, do you have anything?
Well, I would state it even more strongly. I think the current scene is obscene. I think there's too much mania. There's too much chasing after easy money.
Okay, guys, so we are back, and there you have it from Warren Buffett himself. The easiest way to invest with a small amount of cash into the stock market. All right, guys, hope you guys learned a lot. If you did, please remember to drop a comment in the comment section, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to share this video also with a friend, guys. I really love the family, the energy around here. We are really sharing our ideas, sharing our thoughts, and I love it. I love chopping it up in the comment section. Also, check out the link in the description where you can make some easy cash signing up with Wealthsimple Cash, Wealthsimple Trade, and Crypto.com. It also helps out the channel, which I really do appreciate. It's your boy JB. You rocking with me, I'm rocking with you, and I am out.